Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of The Protein Farmer. Today, I am working on a little water system for some pigs. We moved a bunch into a training pen about 150 yards from the house, and we've been hauling water whenever we use that training pen for quite a while. So I'm going to see today if I can do something similar to what I have set up for my chickens and have a little automatic setup using some maple syrup line and a float valve. So I'm going to see what I can accomplish and bring you along. Just real quick, this is what we've got on the back of the house for water catchment. We'll use this periodically to supplement animal water when it's really dry and things. We've had a lot of rain recently, so luckily these things are full. And I rigged up this little connection between both, so they'll fill up at the same rate and drain at the same rate. That way I don't have to mess around moving fittings back and forth whenever one's empty. So first thing, I'm going to see if I can get these fittings situated here before I start dragging the hose around, in case I'm missing something. I really like to use these quick connects. They really make it convenient dragging hoses around. Funny thing though, I got these on Amazon, and I've bought them a couple different times, but what's ridiculous is it'll turn, some kits will turn a male fitting into stay male to male, male from the original, male to quick fitting. This one will take a male original and turn it into a female quick connect. So they're not all uniform, just FYI. But funny thing is, it actually becomes helpful occasionally. So it's kind of worked out. Although it was pretty annoying when I first realized that. Looks like that quick connect's missing the gasket. Okay, we'll have to troubleshoot that a little bit. Alright, so this little Amazon kit did come with a bunch of extra gaskets. Let's see. That was the problem here, although looks like maybe not. We'll give it a shot. I think that might work. Oh, missing one there. All right, well, that's looking better. Without any back pressure, but it's a start. Let's go grab that maple line. So I got a bunch of this sap line from some friends that used to have a similar setup with their chickens. But boy, this stuff is a headache to untangle. So, lay it out in the driveway here. See if we can't find the end. Oh, well, that's definitely not it. Put that off to the side. try this again. I believe this is the line where they had about 4 or 5 waterers jumping off of the one line, and everything was still attached. So we'll see if this is the one. Huh? It's looking good. Alright, well, let's get this untangled and we'll go get it plugged into those totes. And it looks like we've got it isolated. There were a couple 20-30 foot lengths that were worked into this bundle, laying off to the side over there. Those might come in handy later. But for now, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, this is our single line. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag this up behind the house and get it hooked into the totes. Oops. All right, we should be good to go here. Now I grabbed a tool a friend of mine let me borrow. I don't know if we're gonna need it. There's a special tool for pressing this line onto fittings. Oh, I forgot the hose clamp. Yeah, it's a pretty neat little tool. Has these 2 vice grips. Clamp onto a line on this side, like this. Clamp a line on this side with your fitting. Press the 2 together. Pretty nifty. A buddy of mine does maple syrup in the winter, and he let me have that for the summer since he knew I was building these waterers. So I don't know if this is going to fit right on here. Put the hose clamp on in case it does. Oh, well, looks like we don't need that tool. There we go. That's good. We'll go ahead and lock that clamp down just to be safe. Boy, I sure do love my Swiss Army knife. This thing comes in handy every day. I always thought the Leatherman would be the way to go working on the farm, but you know, I never really use those pliers. When I need pliers, I need big pliers. I need these channel locks or knockoff Knipex that I've got, which by the way are awesome. But I use my Swiss Army knife more than anything. Alright, there we go. This should be good. Now let's drag the rest of that line down to the pigs. See if we can get it set up in their water tank. Alright, so we ran into a couple little hiccups. One, this line was incredibly clogged. In the past I've blown it out with compressed air, that's been pretty good, but since I had that quick connect on, I was curious to see if the water pressure just from the hose from the house would blow it out, and it did. So I let that run, flush everything out for a minute. All right, we've run into a couple snags here. Snag number 1: the sap line was clogged. In the past, I've used compressed air to blow those out, and that works really well. But I figured since I had that quick connect on there, I would I was really curious to see if the water pressure would be enough from the hose to push that through. Turns out it was, so that's cool. And that worked. Problem solved. Problem number 2. I cannot, for the life of me, find that dang float valve. Tempted to blame the boys for running off with it. Always running off with stuff I got laying around in my shop. However, I think I've got to take the high road and say that I'm sure I misplaced it myself. Got a bad habit, putting things I don't need right now in spots that seem so clever. Oh, I'll set this here and I'll never forget where it is because it's such a unique spot. And then a couple days later, weeks, months later when I need it, no freaking clue where it is. But I'm sure it'll turn up. So that's problem number 2. We can keep going. We can get this line down to the pigs anyway, and it'll at least give us a remote line so I'm not having to haul water in buckets. Problem number 3, though, I was not smart enough to check ahead and see how much of this sap line I actually had left over. So I don't even have half of what I need to reach from the house to the pigs. So I think what I'll do is plug it into the chicken line. They're conveniently pretty close together right now, but I do have enough that putting it in the end of the chicken line, I'll have a lot of flexibility running it down to the pigs. So that'll be good. And gives us a fun opportunity to use this handy dandy sapline tool. So that's exciting. Done is pull my chicken water line down as close as it'll get to where my pigs are right now in their training pen. And I'm going to plug this line into this one. Got a few fittings here. I think the T will do it. Other neat little feature about this guy here, you clamp the lines in. It's got a little blade here. Cut the line. Now, I didn't turn the water off, but it's got such low pressure in here, it's on a regulator, down around just 5 psi or something like that. Maybe 10, but no more. So, shouldn't be a big deal to get this done without turning off the water. There we go. Yep. Now, stick the T right in there, and there. And then we just press it together. There we go. Get that other side on a little further. Nope. That does not want to stay on very well. Not tight enough. Oh! Pig's out. There we go. Alright. Now. We need to cut this line. Let's see, we'll get it clamped on this side. Now this part doesn't always work quite as easily, but if we clamp that, get this lined up, we can sort of just push it on. Not quite. There we go. Let's start. Nope. fold that over. There we go. All right. Those three are on there. I do have a valve on the end of this, well, this, that is currently turned off. So the water won't be flowing down there just yet. So I'm dragging this line down. I'm gonna see if we can get some water flowing to these pigs. That'll be a good start on this project for today. And then in the next couple days, I bet that float valve would turn up. It always works like that. When I lose a little something. A couple days later, it turns up. All right, so here we are down with the pigs. And let's see if this water will flow. Moment of truth. Oh, no way. There we go. All right, now we don't need a ton of pressure down here. I just need this thing trickling into a water trough right here. And like I said, once I get it on that float valve, I'll put it on this drum and have it fill up, 3/4 of the way. Now, if you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. And I'll give you some updates when and if I find that float valve. If I don't find it, I'll just pick another one up. They're not that expensive. They're cheap little ones, maybe $5-10. And the float, is just maybe the size of, I don't know, a roll of pennies or something like that. Just enough for a little trickle down there. But happy to have that done. We won't have to haul buckets of water down there anymore. We'll just turn it on for an hour a day probably, and that'll get us where we need it to be. Turn it on to start of chores, turn it off at the end of chores, and we'll be good to go. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.